Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for you. Let's talk about the 4K edition of Mission Impossible 4, known as Ghost Protocol. As I said in my last review, I'm really enjoying going back through the Mission Impossible movies now in 4K. And the third one blew me away, as it always does. It's a great film. I think Ghost Protocol might be as good, if not better, but it's let down a little bit because it gets a little convoluted in the middle, and it kind of has your stock Russian bad guys. Like in the beginning, IMF is implicated in a bombing at the Kremlin, and they kind of have to go undercover. That's what Ghost Protocol, they're ghosts now. The movie had a $145 million budget, which is slightly lower than third, but it went on to make $694 million, almost double what the last one made. Do you know why they're still making these movies? They reinforced all the side characters, like Jeremy Renner. He now has a bigger role. Simon Pegg and the rest of the gang. We brought in some new writers, and we brought in a new director, Brad Bird, who had done, Pixar movies, The Incredibles. He's a voice actor and a director and very good at animation. This was this his first live action? He also did The Iron Giant, but I thought he knocked it out of the park. There's some incredible action sequences in this. Each movie, not to compare it to the Fast and the Furious franchise, but like that franchise, each movie outdoes the last in car chases, motorcycle chases, jumping off cliffs, jumping off buildings, fight scenes, all that kind of stuff. I thought Brad Bird handled the movie perfectly. I thought the set pieces were incredible. The whole movie moves at a very quick pace. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes long, which a lot of that's credits at the end. You had the same Michael Giacchino came back and did the music again. It is firing on all cylinders. We had a different cinematographer, but when you work with a different director, that happens. We had different writers and that kind of thing. But all in all, we kept the same feel of 3 and moved into 4 as they tried to get away from numbering these things as well. It's called Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and it wasn't until the home video releases that they put the 4 on there, I believe. Anyway, this is another one of my favorite movies. It is slightly less impactful because, like I said, everybody's good in the movie, but you have these stock Russian bad guys. It feels like every movie since the 90s has had stock Russian bad guys. But other than that, there's no flaws in this movie. And like I said, when they're trying to do an undercover thing to an undercover thing to another undercover thing, it gets a little convoluted in the middle, but this is Mission Impossible, and you expect a very convoluted storyline, some incredible set pieces, and Tom Cruise running a lot, and you get all that. The picture is a native 4K transfer. It looks fantastic. This is the best looking one of them so far. We still get a Dolby True 7.1 surround sound, and it was great. I mean, it's lossless and sounds great. I would have loved an Atmos, but all 4 of the soundtracks just sound fantastic. They've been pumped up to modern standards. They're lossless. Really good, really encompassing, really immersive, just one step under what they would be if they were object-based like Atmos or DTS-X. Like I said, movie looked fantastic all the way through. I found no issues with it. It's a native 4K transfer with HDR applied. Great. The explosions and stuff really pop. Some of the shiny cars and things like that. There was a lot of that. This was just noticeably a much more modern film. The 5 years and jump with technology and maybe computer stuff and all that, everything else. Just this movie looks a lot shinier, a lot cleaner than 3. But again, 3 was supposed to be gritty. That's what they were going for. All in all, I thought Ghost Protocol was excellent and just a hair under 3. Can't wait to watch 5. If you haven't picked up these steel books, this, like the rest of them, has some new artwork on the front. It's a silver steel book. It's got the IMF logo on the back. You get a 4K, a Blu-ray, and an extra Blu-ray with all the special features and a sticker for the IMF logo. All in all, I'm really glad I picked these up. They look really good on the shelf, except for 6 and 7. They're not silver. One's white and one's red. Now, they did redo the 6th one, but they've never redone the 7th one. So, since I already had a 4K edition of the 6th movie, Fallout, I just kept it. I didn't replace that one. There was no reason to. I've got the same disc and everything. But the 7th one that came out recently, all red, completely different design than all the others. Did they not know what they were going to do here? Anyway, long story short, the first five movies all look good in the steelbooks I got, and the fourth one ranks. Really good action flick, even if you're not a fan of Mission Impossible. But like a lot of these franchises, especially Marvel and such, you get more out of it if you follow it all, if you start at the beginning. Because like I said in my review of the first one, Tom Cruise is not a very good Ethan Hunt, the first one. He's kind of new. He's kind of green. He's kind of one of the guys and jokes around a lot. By the third and fourth one, he's very serious and he's very focused, and it's a different character who's evolved over time, and he's tried to keep people in his life away from the danger that's inherently involved in being a member of the Impossible Mission Force. I enjoyed Ghost Protocol, and it looks great in 4K. Highly recommend this one of all of them. This gets my highest recommendation for audio and video. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. We'll get to Mission Impossible 5 in the next one. Thanks for listening.